it's your girl IWYYY. Thanks for stopping by, and if you're new to my channel, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I achieved this look. Toast adorbs, I know. All the things you're going to need for this video are the following. Any type of jam that gel that you have. I used a lot of different ones. Murray's beeswax, jam, Lotta Body edge control. I don't know if you guys, I think you can see. You're also gonna need a Rattail comb, any type, edges brush or a toothbrush to slick it down before you start the braids, and elastic bands as well. Also, I used about four or five packs of human hair, so that's either expression, I think Kunikalon is also human hair. Any type of human hair you have, I would recommend using the pre-stretched. I didn't have the pre-stretched on hand, so I had to stretch the hair before I started, so because of that it delayed the process and it took really long. So if you can, look for the pre-stretch. It saves a lot of time. Yes, that is all. The hair, honestly, this is my first time. It's not the greatest, but I think I did not too bad. The only thing that was annoying is like these flyaways. I cut my hair not too long ago, like short into a bob, so a lot of the ends are still very blunt. So because of that, some of the hair, let me show you over here, some of the hair was sticking out and I didn't want to cut my real hair. But if your hair is not in a blunt bob, it will blend in perfectly with this method. This is how it looks from the back. Let me show you guys. You can see some of the hair sticking out because, yeah, I didn't want to cut it. But yeah, I hope you guys find this video very informative, and I hope you guys are able to create the same look even better, because this is my first time. It wasn't really that good, but hopefully this method is easy to follow. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you thought about this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. So my hair has already been detangled and washed. I'm creating the first parting, which was close to my ear. The first row is going to consist of six braids. So I'm starting off the first one. I was looking in the mirror during the scene. That's why I wasn't looking too much in the camera. I had to get as perfect as possible because I was doing it on myself. So after I created the first square, just made sure it was as clean as possible, combed it out to make sure there wasn't any knots. I added a scalp cream just to keep my scalp moisturized. I left out my edges because I wanted to slick it in when I did the braid. I also added a leave-in conditioner on the section that I had created. Here I'm using the jam just to slick it down to make the braid look a bit neater. You do it at the front, and I use the toothbrush just to slick it down. The front, the back, all around the part. I found that twisting it before I put on the elastic band just helped it just be very tight, so it can have that slick effect. Right now I'm creating the middle part because I wanted to go for a middle part look. Just try to make it as centered as possible. And I find that measuring it with your nose for some reason helps, so I did that. I created the center part, not all the way back, but maybe to about the middle of your head. And then I went ahead and created the other two parts. I started off with the left side, and then I did the same thing on the right side. Also make sure that you're creating equal parts because you won't want one part to be bigger than the other. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just making sure all the parts are equally proportionate so it doesn't look awkward when you're braiding. And then you're going to repeat the same process, creating a square. It should all line up. The whole row should be completely symmetrical. Same process, comb it out, add the gel. So as you can see over here, I had 3 braids on the left side. And then you're going to create the same thing on the right side. In total, you're going to have 6 braids in the first row. I had to do it a few times just to make sure it was equal. And then here I am adding the elastic band once the part has been equally created. Now we're starting off with the back, same process. You're going to create three parts. Because of the back of your head is not going to be too straight, but just try as best as you can to feel it out. Feel the square as much as possible. Here I am adding my scalp cream, combing it out, adding my leave-in conditioner so my plait stays moisturized before I start my braid. Then once again tying it with elastic band. Then you're going to create 2 more squares, the exact same as the first one created. For this part, the gel is optional because it is at the back of your head. So what's most important is the scalp cream and the leave-in conditioner. So I never showed all of the parts on camera because it would have been too long, but you're going to create 6 rows, exactly like the back, exactly like the front. Your whole head is going to consist of 6 rows, all tied on with elastic band, all moisturized, all detangled. And then in the next scene, you're going to see me starting the braid pattern. When you're done, the back row should look something like this. Okay, so this is the first braid I started. I used the gel to slick down my edges, as well as my toothbrush. If you have an edges brush, you can also use that. But all I had was a toothbrush on hand. So I'm trying to slick it down as much as possible so it gives me that like pulled back effect when I start braiding. I alternated between Lotta Body and Murray's beeswax. I find that with Murray's beeswax, it kind of makes it white, but it makes it super slick, so that's the reason I was using it. Once you have it all slicked and ready to go, you're gonna use your elastic band once again and tie it. I tied it really tight, but it's up to you, it's optional. You're gonna tie it, get out of the way. Excuse me. Then this part, you have 2 pieces of extension. You're gonna loop it so it's interlocked, and then you're gonna start your braid. It's kind of hard to explain, so I'm just gonna do it slow this part so you guys can kind of get the idea of how you're gonna braid down your first braid. Remembering as you go to detangle, very, very important, because then the braid is gonna start looking weird and knotted, and you don't want it to look like that. Starting off, you're really slow. I was really slow starting off because you want it to blend in with your real hair as much as possible. You don't want to speed the beginning part. You're gonna keep on braiding down, keep on braiding down. Then when you feel like your real hair is like thinning out, you're gonna add a piece of the extension and add it onto your real hair, just like I'm doing in this part. Then continue the process. You're going to continue braiding all the way down. Here I'm just repeating the same steps as the last braid, using my toothbrush to slick down my edges. tying it with elastic band. And then splitting the expression into two and then interlocking it like I'm doing here. Then once again, you're going to start the braid. So for the back, it was a completely different day, and the elastic bands came out because my elastic bands weren't very strong, so I'll show you guys how I did it when the elastic band ripped on me. So I'm adding my scalp cream, adding my leave-in conditioner once again, making sure that it's moisturized. Then again with the interlocked braiding hair, then starting the braid again. At the back, because you can't see it, it's all a matter of just feeling it out. So the same thing you did in the front, you're gonna do at the back. And just braid all the way down. And then adding a piece of the expression to your real hair once your real hair starts thinning out. Here I'm repeating the same steps, oiling my scalp. Making sure it's detangled. My leave-in conditioner to the part I had just created. The braiding hair has been locked, and now I'm going to start the braiding process once again. feel like this step was very crucial. You boil hot water and then you're gonna pour it on the braids. This just seals the ends so it won't unravel on you and cleans it up. If you're doing it yourself, you're just gonna pull all the braids to one side, and then you can either pour the water in a cup and soak it in if you want as well.